Our top story at 5, President Obama prepares to address the nation about the crisis in Syria and to make the case for a U.S. military strike. But it comes as changes are going on overseas.
Syria now saying that it would cooperate with a proposal from Russia to turn over its stockpile of chemical weapons to international control. As we've been saying, Norfolk-based ships, the USS Barry, Ramage, Stout, and Gravely are in the eastern Mediterranean waiting for word from Washington on whether or not to fire cruise missiles.
Secretary of State John Kerry, Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel, and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Martin Dempsey went before the House Armed Services Committee today seeking congressional approval for military action. Kerry will travel to Geneva to meet with Russia's foreign minister to discuss possible diplomatic deals with Syria. Meantime, President Obama met with congressional leaders in the Capitol to discuss both diplomatic and military options.
Now, because of the possible involvement by members of the military in Hampton Roads, we sent 10 on your side's military reporter Art Kohn to Washington. He's at the Capitol to get reaction from our lawmakers. Art, what did Senator Tim Kaine tell you?
Yeah, well, Anita, Senator Tim Kaine told me that this is a course that the president must pursue. He told me that when he and other members of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee approved a resolution last week to give the president authority to launch a military strike, they said that that resolution contained a clause that said the president must first explore and exhaust all avenues of a diplomatic solution. Certainly what the Syrians are talking about with Russian President Putin right now is along those lanes. So let's hear what Senator Kaine told me.
We do have to exhaust diplomatic opportunities, and this is a far-reaching one. In fact, if we were to be able to accomplish what the Russians have put on the table, it wouldn't only be a matter of avoiding war, but it would be accomplishing something very positive. Syria has one of the largest stockpiles of chemical weapons in the world. They wouldn't sign on to the 1993 Chemical Weapons Convention. They wouldn't even admit that they had the chemical weapons till 2012, even though everybody knew they did. And now they've used these weapons increasingly, including against civilians. If those weapons were pulled into international control so that neither they could use them nor the opposition, if the opposition were to take over a part of the country and come across chemical weapons, we wouldn't want them to use them either. So this is a very important proposal. We have to be appropriately skeptical, but we have to work diligently not only with Russia, but also with other partners. Britain and France are probably going to carry the resolution at the Security Council. We've got to get on it and get on it quickly.
Something that concerns me, though, is that I have to believe that somewhere in there, I could just hear Putin saying to Assad that with all the, is against this military strike as the American public has come out and said that they are, that Assad, I could see a dialogue between Putin and Assad going, look, the President of the United States is looking for a way out. Give it to him.
You know what, but I'll tell you something, even if that conversation was had, if the way out is taking the second largest stockpile of chemical weapons in the world that Syria wouldn't even acknowledge they had, even though we all knew they did, and putting it into the control of international inspectors so that they would be guaranteed that they wouldn't be used, that would be a very good thing.
Now, while Senator Kaine and the administration are saying that the vote that they were going to have on Wednesday has been postponed while they look over this new option for a diplomatic solution, some of the critics on Capitol Hill, including 2nd District Congressman Scott Ridgell, who, by the way, is open to exploring this, but he said the reason for the delay on this vote is because they don't have the votes in the Senate. The administration does not have the votes in the Senate to carry the resolution, and they know that. Because, you know, even if they're going to explore this avenue, they could have gone ahead and continued with the vote that would have given the president the authority if, in fact, the initiative with the Russians and the Syrians we're talking about now didn't go through. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll talk more with Republican Congressman Scott Ridgell about another diplomatic solution that they are looking at. This one might really surprise you. Reporting live from Washington, D.C., Art Kohn, 10 on your side.
Art, thank you. Lots to consider, and you'll be able to see President Obama's entire address from the White House tonight, beginning at 9 here on Wavy TV 10.
And if you're away from your TV, we'll also stream that speech live on wavy.com.
Our coverage continues tonight at 5:30 with today's testimony during the Senate Armed Services Committee hearing, plus the results of a new poll about how Americans feel about possible military action in Syria. We also have special coverage under the News tab on wavy.com.